Hey guys, got a new pattern for you today. I want to share with you guys. It's a general attractor pattern, something that I've been working on for a little while now and fishing this summer and having a lot of fun with it. It's called a Dirty Johnny, and like I said, general attractor pattern. Imitates a lot of different things, but nothing in particular. So I'm going to start with a 2x long hook. This is going to be a olive and black coloration pattern, and so what I'm doing here is I'm laying down a foundation of ice dub, 6/0 thread here. All I want to do is put a layer of that down and back, and that's going to be my base. And what I've done is taken several current patterns that I really like and kind of tried to figure out how to incorporate all of those into one fly, and this is what I came up with. So it's foam, ice dub, high floating, high vis, that type of stuff. So I'm going to start with the olive coloration. This is going to be my body, so I'm going to taper this piece of foam and into a point. I don't want a sharp point, but I just want a point there. So I'm going to lay down that base of ice dub, and then I'm going to come back and lay this down. A couple wraps to secure. Then get my second piece of foam. In this case it's going to be black foam. I'm going to cut these in strips. What I'm going to do at this point now is just make a notch into the foam on the back end. So what I end up with is something like this. Lay that down right on the back there so they points match. Throw a thread wrap and flare that out. A couple more wraps over it just to secure. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut this guy back. Get that kind of out of my way. Then I'm going to grab my legs from my rear set of legs. I'm going to grab two. These happen to be chartreuse coloration, but they look olive to me, so they will work just fine. They are the MFC, the Barred Sexy Floss legs. In this case, size number 1, which is the small. I'm going to lay those in there, and I'm going to cut. Those are my back legs. Pull these over and get them in their set. And then I'm just going to grab just a tad bit more ice dub here and lay it on my thread to cover over any thread wraps there. So you don't need a whole lot here, just a little. But here's what I'm looking at right now. Snug those up a little bit more, and then I'm going to sneak up here, a couple wraps, and lay this down. 1, 2, and 3. Repeat, and make 2 wraps forward, bring it up, 1, 2, and 3, and repeat. I'm going to do this 5 times. And it should end up right where I need it to be. So I'm just making little segments here. And then this will be my last segment here. Once you get there, you should have those 5 segments. Clip off that, and then you can tie this down. Secure that. Now with this black piece, it's just coming. Make sure you don't cut your thread. I'm going to untwist it. Couple wraps. Coming up, putting a layer of thread just right there, and then again, I'm going to untwist and bring this forward. Make sure you're not cutting that foam. And I'm going to secure this down. Make sure it doesn't twist too much on you. Alright, so you get the body for the most part done, completed. Now you got to lay in your crystal flash. I'm going to grab some of that. I'm going to grab several strands here, maybe a dozen or so. You can do it as you need, use it as you need, about the length of the overall body. Now the underwing crystal flash, I've went ahead and stacked some olive colored calf tail. I'm going to get that out. This is going to be kind of my base wing. This calf tail can be a little hard to work with sometimes, but makes a great wing. So I'm just going to measure, lay that in right there. Try not to grab any legs, and wrap that down. Make sure it's right up on top. Secure that down. Make sure your crystal flash is not laid out on one side. Now gather all these butts and just cut. Make sure you cut them all too. So that's our main wing. And I tie these in a bunch of different colors. Brown, tan being one. Red and black. This one's olive black. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of this black widow's web, just kind of as an overwing to help fill it out some more. So I just gathered a bit here. I'm going to come and cut, make a clean cut, lay that down, and secure it right behind that foam piece there. And run that up the wing. And lay that down. Cut that wing. What I like to do is then just kind of brush that out with this little comb, and that's just an under wing of crystal flash, then the olive calf tail, then the black widow's web, and that just helps to fill that wing out. Once we get up here, we're going to go back to the ice dub. And wrap that right behind the eye there, behind the eye in the foam, and then start wrapping up. Okay. Once we get up here, we're going to go ahead and put our front set of legs, same leg material that we used earlier. 2 or 3 wraps, and I tied them in together. Once you make a few wraps, go ahead and kick those other ones to the other side there. Come back in here. I'm going to make just a small collar covering up the thread wraps that I just did. On the finish fly, you'll notice it has uncovered thread. You can cover it up if you want. Once you get up here, go ahead and kick that piece of foam back as the head. A couple securing wraps. Trim. You don't want to trim it all the way down, just cut across. Now we're going to taper that. So come in here with your scissors and taper. Now it's a dark fly, especially this color. You're going to have trouble seeing it on the water, so I always like using this high vis post on my patterns, and I use the hot pink. So I lay that right in that crease, a couple wraps, and then I'm going to whip finish. And you can use glue on this if you want. I usually do. Make 3 or so wraps, snug it up, and then cut that. raise that up, cut that down. We're going to cut our legs to length, but this is what we have now. Nice buggy, leggy pattern. So we're going to cut that, take it out of the vise right now, kick that out of the way, and measure up these legs just to trim. You can make them long if you want, cut them down later, or just cut them to size, whatever you think would be the correct size for you. So once we're done, we got the body underneath with crystal flash, or ice dub, I'm sorry. Leggy, foam body, calf tail, widow's web, and then a high vis post right here to make sure that you can see it on the water. So been fishing it quite a bit this summer, doing well, had a lot of fun with it. Different colors, olive black in this case, a tan brown, goldenrod, which is the golden yellow and black, the red and black, and purple and lavender are good colors. You can keep going with other colors if you want, but those will cover most of your bugginess. And this is a size 8. I've tied them 6, 8s, 10s, and 12s. Really enjoy those, so I like fishing those, especially the smaller ones. So that's the Dirty Johnny, size 8 right there, all of them black.